So, Lily, you got the horn and something that allows you to comprehend languages, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I got the bracers of
Oh,
archery. Brian, you got a belt that returns a dagger to you whenever you throw it.
yes.
That's cool. Um, Xana, did you get anything?
I think I might just save
Save.
my money. There's
Okay.
some items that I want, but they're really expensive, so I'll save it.
Yeah, expensive tastes.
Mm-hmm.
If it's close to what you have, I'll let you haggle it down. But
It's like 15K.
yeah, no.
Yeah, that's
No,
easily
no.
500. Yeah,
To roll deception.
95% discount.
I get a luck dagger and blade, or just luck blade?
It's just a luck dagger,
Oh, okay.
or
Does it come with the blade? Is that
Yeah,
like...
it's either I don't know what it is. I haven't seen it, but I would assume it
My-
comes with the blade. It's not a
I
hilt.
think the luck blade can be a dagger, short sword, or long sword, and so we're just calling it a luck dagger since it's a dagger, right?
Yeah, I was gonna do a sword because my character can go swords. And it's a one
Okay.
hand.
The short sword, I think, is a 1d8 or something, whereas the dagger is 1d6.
Yeah, so I just want the extra damage.
Okay.
I'm doing it I'm just having it just in case I am at melee range.
All right. So a +1 short sword. We will rename it to the luck short sword.
Cool.
So may I ask a very quick question before we start?
Sure.
So the horn of blasting, does that affect the party members as well,
Yes.
or just because it says creatures? Okay.
Yes.
again.
It does. Okay.
I
That'll
will
be
be
interesting.
careful.
I mean, she can aim it, so I mean, I don't think she's going to
It's
use
only
it if
a
it's going to
30
hit
foot,
anybody.
right?
But if it blows
So
up,
y'all-
it will.
No, if it blows up, it only affects me.
Unless people are
Oh my
standing near
gosh.
you.
Okay.
You think, I may be chaotic, but you give me a little bit of credit. You think I'm actually going to use it if I think it's going to hurt somebody?
That's
See.
cool.
She's just gonna run in the middle of the entire crowd and.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't, give me some credit. I'm not Xana.
It'll
It's
make
true.
for a good story. I know.
It would
Burn.
make for a good story. Yeah.
Yeah.
Love you, bestie.
Yeah. Actually, can I get an item?
Another
Oh
horn
my
of blast.
God.
No.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
Do
we want.
it.
I'd like to get a cat killer. Is
Wow.
cat killing item? No, I'm just kidding.
A dagger
Wow.
of cat killing.
Oh!
I'm just kidding. I saw glamored studded leather. I didn't know there was one of those.
Yeah. Do you know what it does?
It +1 bonus to AC, uses a bonus action to make the armor look like normal clothing.
Right. So you could walk around looking like you're not wearing armor, but in fact you are. So, like, if you, I don't know, there could be situations where it's like, to meet with this person, they want you to remove all weapons and armor, right? And you could sneak by with your normal whatever.
Mm-hmm.
If you want that, I think it's like 2,000 gold, but you could try to negotiate it down if you want.
Or you could ask your friends for some help.
That's situational, but you do you.
It is pretty. I like the +1 bonus to AC though.
Yeah, it would give her a +1 to AC though too.
Yeah.
So,
It would still just be at the worst of times, it's +1 armor, which is great.
Yeah, I think I'll get it.
Okay.
All right, so let me roll for persuasion. Oh,
my
that's
goodness.
even worse.
Okay, that's going to be a 14 again.
Oh, rough.
And for 2,000 gold.
14% off.
Can I try?
Try what?
Retail therapy.
To persuade.
Sure. A 15.
We should just all persuade. Back this guy into the corner.
Yeah.
Sure? Are you sure?
Or
I
drawn.
know.
Are you
I just,
sure?
just to help her out, bestie. It's a really good deal, and we're helping out. And
I have a feeling she's gonna aim that horn for me for some reason.
nah.
Let's say you can get it for 1,500, which is a significant discount, honestly.
Oof.
How much
Alright.
do you have?
1463.
I'll let you 40. It's fine.
Are you sure?
It's fine.
Aw.
I was gonna give her 100.
Well, I'm not that
For-
generous.
40 is fine.
350. All right, so I'm at 356, and yeah, so you can use that 40 to buy it.
All right, fine. So I got 3 gold left.
Don't spend
You
it all
know,
in
we
one
only
place.
live. Yes, we we only live once. Let's do this.
Yeah, we might die.
Especially if I use my horn.
All right. So how do I add this thing?
Just go to the I tab
Oh
and
yeah.
type in glamour, and that should make it pop up, and then just drag it onto your character sheet. And then make sure to unselect the studded leather that you're currently wearing.
Okay. Glamour. So fitting.
It does.
It is.
For a bard. Yeah.
Okay. While she's doing that, I'll try to. This is going to be a little long-winded, but I'll try to get through it as fast as I can. Okay. So, Linnea Greywind of the Fandalen Line Shield Coster asked you to deliver a wagon load of supplies to Tribor. In Tribor, everyone but Saberwolf enjoyed a lovely meal cooked by Grin, an old friend of Renane's. Suddenly, 3 fire giants attacked, although the giants themselves seemed preoccupied and left the fighting to their underlings. With the help of the 12, some citizens of Tribor, and a quite skilled wood elf named Dragon, you were able to fight back the giant attack. Afterwards, you were given rewards from some of the people you were fighting alongside with, mostly in the form of information. The next day, you investigate one of the local inns, run by a crazy old woman. Through some investigation and infiltration, you find that she definitely killed her husband in the inn with a snake. You report this to the Lord Protector, Darathra Shendril, and Tilmara is arrested. As tasked by Darathra, you travel to Everland to report the giant attack to the Harpers. You visit a man named Drell and give him the badge that Darathra gave you, who in turn pours 5 cups of magical drink, which teleports you to the Moongleam Tower. There, you meet an Archmage of the Harpers named Crowan, who gives you not only access to the teleportation circles, but also a Tressum, who seems to take a liking to Bernane in particular. You continue north past Everland and are met by an old friend, Venomfang, who you were able to dispatch once and for all. That's the dragon, for everyone doesn't remember. You arrive at Silvery Moon, where you investigate the Margisters on the tip from Othavir. After a somewhat awkward interaction with the Zamlin Margister, you decide not to make any harsh decisions and potential crimes, and instead move on further north to Zymorvan Hall, but not before sunset and Xana wow the cafeteria of the prestigious Ultram's Music Conservatory. At the hall, you discover Lord Harthos Zymorvan, a former adventurer who traveled with Urgala of Tribor, would be willing to part with his Giant Slayer greatsword, but his good-for-nothing son Harthal took it when he ran off with his girlfriend to Yartar. He tells you to go to Yartar and take the sword from his son. After a short detour to the tiny town of Rivermoot at the northwestern end of the Raven Road, you decide it wise to instead take the safer path, returning to Everland and using the Harper teleportation circles to travel directly to Yartar. You discover Harthal has been arrested, and the magical greatsword has been taken by the corrupt town guard, Brenner. You talk to the leader of the city guard and find that although Brenner's corruption is well known, his family is too influential for him to be legally apprehended, that Waterbenness would likely turn the blind eye if some misfortune would happen to befall Brenner. With a little trickery from the resident gnome bard, Brenner eats some poisoned dragon meat and is badly hurt, but commands his guard to apprehend Xena. The party opens fire, and after a little help from a love-struck guard and some minor sexual harassment against Saberwolf, the party defeats Brenner and his guards. You then return to Tribor and learn the fire giants had returned several times, and an agreement was made to allow them to dig up some massive item buried deep below Tribor in exchange for the attacks to be stopped. After a little talk with Othavir, you find that he cut ties with his family because the Margisters are demon worshippers. You decide to continue up north along the long road and arrive in Xantharl's Keep, where you investigate Warvel the Weevil Forkbeard, a known brigand who is wanted by the Axe of Mirabar. Dragon is able to find a criminal who knows that Weevil is being kept safe by his associates in the Lurkwoods, but it turns out not all criminals can be trusted, and he leads the party into an ambush by a strange cult who plans to sacrifice the party. After a harrowing battle with the cultists, the party returns to Xantharl Keep and notices the dwarf working in the stables of the Grinning Orc, the local tavern and inn. The party apprehends Warvel, but just as they plan to leave for Mirabar, yelling is heard near the front gate, and guards are seen abandoning their post to fortify the front gate, which is under attack by the Frost Giants and their underlings. Soon after, a smaller detachment climbs over the wall next to the inn, sees the party where they demand the whereabouts of Artist Kimber, and then attack. With the help of Orville, the party handily defeats the mighty frost giant and his bugbear forces. The following day, a man named Sirach approaches the early birds of the party and informs them that although orphaned at a young age, he is the progeny of artist Kymber, and although he knows nothing of his father's whereabouts or why the giants would be interested in him, he figures that somehow he was mistaken by the giants for his father. He decides he is no longer safe in the north and will be leaving and going as far south as he can. He suggests the party travel to Waterdeep and speak with Zelron Roaringhorn, who has kept in touch with Sirach and has ties to his father, artist Kymber. The party then continues north to Mirabar, where they turn in the Weevil for his 5,000 gold bounty and are surprised with a banquet in honor for their heroic deeds at Xantharl's keep, and that's where we are now.